I want to thank Senator Feinstein. Yesterday, I went to my Chicago office and met with one of the mothers that she just described. Her journey started in the Democratic Republic of Congo when the life of her daughter was threatened. In desperation, she grabbed her then 6-year-old daughter and headed for the only place she knew she could be safe, to the United States. Her journey took her first to Brazil, then through South America, then a bus ride across Mexico to the border near San Diego, where she presented herself and asked for asylum, holding her 6-year-old little girl. At that point, she gave a credible piece of evidence, and they said they would bring her into a hearing on her asylum status. They brought her into that hearing. She speaks very limited English, and at that point took her daughter away from her. She didn't know what happened to her daughter. She didn't know when she would see her again. Her daughter was then removed to Chicago, 2,000 miles away, and that's when I first heard about the case. They asked us about how this could happen. This woman had not been accused of any wrongdoing. Well, they finally gave her a hearing while her daughter was still in the child care facility in Chicago. But again, remember, limited English and no legal representation. They ruled against her on asylum, but said she had the right to appeal, and she asked, how long does that take? And they said 3 to 6 months, and she said, I can't be separated from my daughter for 6 months longer. I waive all of my rights. That was her status when she finally was released and allowed to be returned with her daughter. I met with her yesterday. They're trying to reopen her case and give her a chance to really tell her story with some legal representation there. It was a scene which I haven't seen in my office before. She is a frightened woman. She did not believe she would have this experience in the United States of America. She never let the daughter out of her sight the entire time we were together. The minute I walked into the room, this old white guy in his suit, you could see her tense up, wondering what was next for her in the United States of America. That is a story of the official policy of the Trump administration and Attorney General Jeff Sessions, to snatch children away from their mothers, to create pressure on them to leave, not to pursue any legal rights in the United States. There have been moments in the history of this country that have been sad, some embarrassing. We look back to our turning away those Jewish people who tried to come to the United States during the Holocaust. We look back as well to Japanese Americans interned during that war. Years afterwards, we realized what a terrible mistake we'd made. We issued our apologies to those who were affected and tried to be a better nation in the eyes of the world. And for decades we were, accepting refugees and showing a compassion when it came to people like this woman and her daughter from Africa. But now it is the official policy of Attorney General Jeff Sessions and Donald Trump to snatch children from mothers and to put the pressure on those mothers and parents so that they will just leave the United States and go back to dangerous situations. That is not who we are as Americans. It's not who we should be. If enough people in this country speak out, maybe we can change it. In the meantime, as we know it, hundreds and hundreds of these children are being separated from their parents. That's not American, and it's not right.